introduction. And to everyone else here, I want to say thank you. Thank you to our colleagues who have arranged this, and thank you to the faculty members who have taken time out to be here. And I think we even have some alumni and students with us. It's a great group. But most of all, I want to say thank you to all of those of you who have joined us, who want to learn about our programs. Thank you for giving us some time. Thank you for being interested in our programs, and most of all, welcome to the School of Sciences and Humanities. I wish we could do this in person. Maybe in a year we'll be seeing each other in person in a different event, which would be wonderful. So I'm really excited tonight that you're going to get to hear a little bit about our academic programs and some about our research and the academic life at Nazarbayev University. I think what you will find when you listen to the speakers tonight, and then when you ask them questions, and please do ask them lots of hard questions. That's what they're here for. They want to talk to you. But I think what you'll learn when you pay attention to them will be really interesting, and I think at times it might even be surprising. What you're going to see is that our programs are really unique. They're designed to be extraordinary for people who are really seeking extraordinary things out of life. If you are looking for a very simple university education, if you just want to earn a certificate so that you can get a simple job, and you don't have a lot of desire to do something unique, I'll tell you right now that Nazarbayev University is not the right place for you. Our university is very demanding. Our academic standards are very high. I think everyone knows that. But what you might not realize also is that we demand a lot of curiosity and a lot of unique character traits out of our students that make them the leaders of the future for Kazakhstan and for the broader world. And so we've got a really unique curriculum and a really unique academic life that have been designed to do that. The curriculum for each of our programs was set up specifically to bring together global best practices from all over the world. So we've got bits of lots of different systems put in here, but it's all based on what we see as the really unique needs of Kazakhstan and students like you who are here to bring this country forward. So this is not a European university or an American university or anything that you've seen before. It's something really uniquely designed for you. We've spent 10 years now refining these programs. I've been here for 10 years. I came with the first group of professors in 2011, and it's been a great pleasure to be here for those 10 years. We've spent that time refining our academic programs, improving them where they needed to be improved, changing them where they needed to be changed, and I think they really are well set up. And they're really ready for what you, I hope, are seeking if what you're looking for is extraordinary. The fundamental element of all of our academic programs, whether they're bachelor's programs, master's programs, or even our doctoral programs, is that we've designed our programs around an orientation to knowledge. So the idea is that we're not simply here to give you facts. We're not simply here to give you a certification to go and be an economist or a physicist or anything like that. We're here to approach you as students while you're in the classroom as knowledge creators, right? So you're making knowledge, you're discovering things. You're not just hearing what your professors have already discovered. So you're active in the learning process rather than passive. And some of the ways that we have done that, at the undergraduate level, we've designed a core curriculum. Every student at the university, regardless of whether you're a chemistry major, a literature major, or an environmental engineering major, you will take a set of about 12 classes that are the same, every student. And the reason for that is, first, we think that there are some things that every educated student should know, regardless of the discipline. But also, all of our courses are designed to provide for you what's called transferable skills. These are skills that you will use in any career in your life, regardless of it's the one you think you'll pursue now or something else. The reason for that is very simple. We see the evidence that most people change career at least 7 times in their lives. And if you start your career as an accountant and later you're an auditor, and after that you become a CEO, you need a core set of skills that you can take with you wherever you go. So that's what we will provide for you. We also approach this orientation to knowledge by focusing on hands-on lessons. So as a student at Nazarbayev University, certainly as a graduate student or a doctoral student, you will be designing your own research. But even as an undergraduate student, we're going to give you opportunities to work with professors on research if you want them. We're going to have you working with real data. In some classes, you'll find that your professors are working through a problem with you, that they haven't even discovered the answers yet, but they're asking you to help them contribute. That takes a lot of extra work compared to a traditional university education, so you need to be ready for it. But I think that you'll find that is very rewarding. So in short, our classes are focused around problem solving, creating knowledge, discovering knowledge, not just receiving old wisdom. We've also designed our programs with the idea of providing you with the best faculty members that we could find. Our professors come from something like 23 countries now, just in the School of Science and Humanities, all over the world, which will give you an exposure to people with a really unique set of backgrounds. But what they all share in common is that every one of your professors has studied at one of the world's best universities. The vast majority of our professors have PhDs from the top 100 universities in the world. They have experienced professional and research training in really unique places. They're publishing research, and they are active. They are creating the knowledge that you're learning about in your classes, like you. They're not receiving knowledge from other people. We also have a relatively low faculty to student ratio, which means that for every one of the students in our university, or for every one of the professors in our university, there are only about 13 to 15 students. What that means for you as a student is that you will be able to talk to your professors when you want to. They are instructed, part of their job is to be available when you need them. Whether you're a freshman or a doctoral student, if you need to talk to a professor, they're there to talk to you. And they love it. We've also hired professors who want to do that. That low faculty to student ratio also means that your classes will be relatively small, and you can work in small groups on projects and have that kind of contact that I hope that you're looking for, or else you probably wouldn't be considering Nazarbayev University. Anyway, I could talk about our curriculum all night, but there are other people who want to. So I'll just tell you that the results of our education process are very clear. In the 10 years that I've been here, we've done great things, and the proof is in our students. We can see that our students go on to work in great companies and go to great universities. We've just this week started receiving the results of graduate school applications. So this is the time of year that our undergraduate students apply for graduate school and get the results. This week alone, we've heard that one of our students in physics has gotten accepted to Stanford University with a full scholarship, and a student in political science has been accepted to Harvard University with a full scholarship for graduate school. Other students are going to be hired at companies like Google, organizations like the United Nations, and across Kazakhstan's government and professional system. That's not guaranteed. You have to work hard to get there. But if you come here motivated to do that, we can help you achieve those kinds of results. So tonight, please explore, consider, listen to the students and the faculty who have to talk to you. We want you to come to our university to try new things. We even hope that you'll make a few mistakes while you're here, because nobody's perfect. And if you make mistakes in a safe environment, you can learn from those before you move on to your career where things become more final. Everyone here really is committed to you, the students. Our administrative staff colleagues, people like Mary Werrett, who introduced me tonight, are amazing professionals who are completely committed to your success. They also are here to help you anytime. So please enjoy your evening, ask any questions that you have, take some chances, and seek that extraordinary life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Pio, for welcoming our guests and for your kind words. So next presentation will be presented by our assistant professor, Ulan Bigozhin, from the Department of Sociology and Anthropology. So he will talk about research in the field of humanities and social sciences. Professor Ulan, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, hello, good. Yeah, my name is Ulan Bigozhin, and thank you, Meriwet, and thank you, Daniel. Yeah, just a brief, short intro. I graduated with PhD degree in social culture anthropology in 2017 from Indiana University, where my minor was Central Eurasian Studies. Up to my PhD program took more than 7 years. This is quite common for the US. So my master was in Central Eurasian Studies, and my PhD was in Social Culture Anthropology, where I focused on topics of religion, nationalism, state building in post-Soviet Kazakhstan. And also my current interest includes sport and masculinity in Central Asia. Now at this moment, I'm also involved in a couple of international projects. One of them with the French academia. It's a project called Red Golden Legend. We've got a huge grant, and for next 3 years, we will study Islam and Muslim sainthood across Central Eurasia, from Balkans to China, practically. So yeah, that's let's now focus to the departmental programs. I think large chunk of information you can get from our website, but let me just briefly introduce our graduate programs and research. This what goes in our schools. So practically, we offer 4 graduate degrees. One of them is PhD in Eurasian Studies, which is a new but quickly developing program. Master of Arts in Eurasian Studies, 2 years, in Economics, 2 years, and Master of Arts in Political Science and International Relations, also 2 years. They're full-time classes led by great professors. So you can find, so this is like a core classes in Master of Arts in Political Science, International Relations. So you can, this core seminar in comparative politics, international relations, advanced research 2, thesis planning, thesis research and writing, electives, and thesis writing. We will talk more about thesis writing just a bit later. Master of Arts in Economics. So here you can see the list of classes which you should take if you applied on this graduate program. And microeconomics, statistics, maths, econ, thesis 1, thesis 2, electives, methodology, applied econometrics. So yeah, and Master of Arts in Eurasian Studies. I mean, here you can probably see some of my classes. I offer classes on sport and identities construction. So in fall 2020, I already had a graduate students. This class was taught for the first time at NU, and I already had the graduate students who took this class, and I think they liked it. That was my impression. And also you can see this Antro, social, religion, studies, history, PLS, and world languages and literature electives. We would be glad to see you there. And this is our PhD program in Eurasian Studies. We're pretty proud of this program, and we have a great number of professors. Actually, yeah, NU gives you a great opportunity to work with people who are proficient who specialize on nation building, nationalism, state, religion, world religions, Eurasian politics. So again, yeah, here you can get like a classes which related. I offer these classes to some of my classes on Eurasian Studies too. So let's focus what our department, and what is sociology and anthropology. Our department of anthropology and sociology offers 2 majors. One of them is sociology, and sociology is the study of social life, social change, and social cause of human behavior. Sociologists investigate the structure of groups, organizations, societies, and how people interact within this context. Anthropology is the study of human beings and their ancestors through time and space and relation to physical character, environmental and social relations, and culture. So this is like, yeah. So we study humans. We study humans. Why? Why we have certain ritual, how it's developed, what kind of circumstances. So we study material culture, and we study human evolution. So practically our department is built in, let's say, in American way, where anthropology unites four fields: bioanthropology, archaeology, social culture anthropology, and linguistics. um, and we have a great team of specialists in this area. If you want to study Eurasian Bronze Age, please welcome. Stone Age. If you want to study Islam in Central Eurasia, welcome to. um, if you want to study nationalism, if you want to study gender studies, please welcome. We also have great specialists and professors in this. So we offer like some topics which cover in general human evolution, material culture, history of food production, diet, marriage and kinship, performance, social cultural practices. Yeah, and this is a classes, I mean, which we offer to undergraduate students, but many of them offered and also for graduate students. I mean, so you can see a list of them. Here you can see one of my class, two classes I teach actually, the sport and construction of identity and politics of identity in Eurasia. And this year I want to offer it again for graduate students, sport and construction of identity and maybe politics of identity in Eurasia. I really like the whole idea of how identities are constructed. What makes us nation? What makes us? Why we love our flags? I mean, why people they ready to sacrifice their lives for nation, for symbols what they designate as national. Um, the That's actually pretty interesting topics which goes across the world today. I mean, and contemporary pandemic situation actually show that nation state is not dead; it's still there. It's even we can see that the maybe even rebirths of some of borders and control. These people talking about even some vaccine nationalism now, which goes, and yeah, so we're still there. We still, yeah, sorry, but we're still divided. And but the also anthropologists, we what makes us different, maybe different from political science. We often focus on a ground level, how this goes. What does it mean, flagging of daily life? Why people they like the effect of everyday education in schools, textbooks, maps, museums. I mean, that's what's interest to us. So, and also in my class politics of identity in Eurasia, I include materials on contemporary religiosity across Central Eurasia with a focus on Central Asia, former five Soviet Central Asian republics, contemporary Islam. So if you're interested, please welcome too. And what you will do if you will graduate with the degrees in anthropology, here's the whole spectrum of degrees where you can go, where you can use your skills, and which you've got at Nazarbayev University. Yeah, so you can see it's from education to mass communication. Yeah, so environment, tourism, heritage, human social services. It's it's there. And I mean, getting. I mean, I'm not like telling like, oh, please, everyone just go and be anthropologists, but getting the classes, taking the courses where anthropological methods were are given actually will help you. I think it definitely improve your qualities. You can get new skills. You will look different on the process which go around you on different levels. So here is a photo which I did in 2019. Actually, this is a part of my contemporary research. I'm in the project which called Sufism under after USSR, and this is a Sufi community in Astana. I'm taking interview from the sheikh. Actually, this is what anthropologists are doing in general. We do in participant observation. We try to we try to get access to the community. We study them. We spend time with them. We look to specific rituals. We try to get the meaning of these rituals of certain behavior. and how actually in general the whole things works rough if, for example, I mean, what's the main stages you getting admitted in Eurasian studies or in a master's. So practically one of the first thing which many young scholars are facing, the research question. You should find the research question which you will really like, something that will inspire you. um, Second is you should get approval for this research question. You should talk with your potential research committee. How you can get research committee people? In general, practically, this is a worldwide experience and applicable at NU. You often take classes with professors and somehow you feel that your topic is related to one of the topics touched in the class, covered in the class. Then you creating a research committee made of professors. For master students, actually, one of the first stages is a literature review. When committee is asking you by the end of the first year of your master program, you actually producing, you covering what was written about your subject of research. I mean, what kind of scholarship was already done um, on about your topic. For example, if you study, I don't know, heroes and nation building, you trying to get major offers in these fields, major theoretical approaches, and etc. And you collecting articles and books and doing review and you submit it. Usually, for example, our contemporary deadline, our current deadline is 22nd of March. We're expecting literature review from our master students. Then the second stage is writing this, let's say, like a research outline where you framing your topic, and the final stage is a master thesis. I mean, yeah, in between the after the research question and writing the research outline, actually you doing a field work. I mean, the expectations different from master and PhD students. Usually I mean, yeah, ideally PhD students field work is usually longer. If historians, for example, they go and work in archives. Anthropologists, it depends on their topic. If you're archaeologist, you go and do excavation, take part in archaeological expeditions. If you're social culture anthropologist, you are doing participant observation, interviewing people. If you're sociologist, you're doing surveying and you creating surveys, etc., online or like offlines. Yeah, we know that pandemics made our work. I mean, there's some. I hope that these problems will be solved in the next couple of years and we will return to the normal. But if you can, there is another field called digital ethnography, and we will cover this topic in our coursework too, where you can focus on available digital online data, which is also doable. And of course, field data collection, we have on research ethics approval committee. So all researchers, all research, any research which involves human subjects needs IREC approval. But this, I mean, it's not hard to get, but this is one of the requirements of Nazarbayev University, and this is a worldwide practice. And thesis writing actually is one of the stage where you communicating with your advisor. And to be honest, of my experience of being graduate student at US university, actually, if you think that coursework one of the toughest part, one of the, actually my impression that thesis writing up period is one of the toughest, when many things is practically everything based on your self-discipline, on your contact with professor, on your willingness to work daily. But again, it's doable, and it's not really, it's not so scary as it looks maybe. Academic path is very interesting, full of discoveries and enjoy in many ways. So yeah, please, Mirvet, I'm sorry, do we have a Q&A session
Yes,
now? Yeah.
yes, we can have a Q&A session. If you have questions, we have 5 minutes for this. So please, you can raise your hands or write in the chat box. So you can ask any questions regarding research, the social sciences and humanities. So please feel free to ask your questions. So yeah, then we move to another presentation. Professor, meanwhile, can you please tell us about the...
Mirwert, I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Mirwert, I can't hear you. I don't know. Is it only issue with my microphone?
Yes, you're right. I think it's some technical issues from her side.
Okay.
Yeah, dear guests, please feel free to ask any questions regarding the presentation. You can leave the questions in the chat box.
Sorry, I'm back. Yeah, if you have questions, you can ask. Meanwhile, I just wanted to ask Professor, can you please tell a little bit about the research of current PhD students?
Our current research is pretty interesting. For example, there is a research on nation building in Kazakhstan with apply to the figures of national heroes. So how the national heroes image is built and reimagined. There is this is a very interesting thesis which I would happy to read. There is research on contemporary sainthood in Central Asia with a focus on shrines and pilgrimage. This is also, I mean, this couple of symbols. So I think this is
okay.
Interesting. There is also a question from...
Yeah, there are some questions. Okay, so here is a question about courses related to Islam. So can you please tell about these courses? I think, yeah, the question was...
There is courses taught by Professor Daniel Beben, who is a student of leading world Professor Devin Dewis, and he actually gives classes on Islam in Central Asia with a focus on Persian, I think Persian language sources. Yeah.
Okay.
So I give a class. I was teaching class, but I want to keep it teach. It's called like Islam and Politics, where we focus on the Middle East and in Europe, and this contemporary issue with illegal immigration and Islamophobia and political crisis, which goes across some Middle Eastern countries. So yeah, I think Islamic politics and also politics of identity, where we focus more on Central Asian Islam.
Okay. Yeah. DRTA, yeah, your name is not written. You can check our website, and you can check the profile of Daniel Beben on the website, and you can see the courses he teach. Yeah. Next question about the what PhD program can you offer for master's degree students who has graduated in 3 months of specialty of 2 foreign languages teachers training? We have a PhD in Eurasian studies. So, Professor,
this is only,
yeah.
This is only a PhD program which we can offer now at this moment, but I think in the future we can give more PhD. I would be glad if we have PhD programs in anthropology and sociology.
Yes, and with this background of foreign languages, for sure you can apply for PhD in Eurasian studies. So what are some of the workplaces for MA in Eurasian studies, for MA Eurasian studies graduates? Workplaces, I think it's career possibilities, yes, in the future.
It's career possibilities. With the Master in Eurasian Studies, there's foreign policy departments, think tanks, if you teaching opportunities, museum studies. There's a bunch of institutes across the globe located in Europe, United States, where they're focusing Central Eurasia in Washington, D.C. So you can apply with a degree to workplace there. This is one of their. Actually, for example, at Indiana University, it was pretty common to see that we had this master in Eurasian studies, and many people actually ended up in different departments related to foreign policy.
Okay.
Or NGOs also, or United Nations offices, UN offices. Okay.
Okay. Other questions, I think we can answer them at the end of the open house day. So please keep them till the end. And Maya and Assem will answer your questions regarding part-time research, about other programs we offer. So let's move on. Yeah, I think, Professor, thank you very much for your great presentation. And yeah, let's welcome Aydar Kimilbay, who is our alumni in PhD in physics, and currently he is a postdoc of this physics department. Aydar, hi, welcome.
Hi, Mirwet. Thank you very much for inviting and for giving me word. Let me very quickly share my screen. In the meantime, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So once again, thank you very much for introducing me and for letting me speak to our prospective students. My name is Aydar Kimilbay. Just very quickly, I graduated with a master's science degree in micro and nanosystem from ETH Zurich, and then later I joined Nazarbayev University as a teaching assistant and spent here almost 8 years now. During my third year of work at Nazarbayev University, the PhD program started to open, and I gladly decided to participate in this program, and after a couple of years received a PhD in material science from Nazarbayev University. Today, I would like to talk about a couple of material science projects that are going on at Nazarbayev University Physics Department, although there are many other departments and programs available at Nazarbayev University, which you can find on our website. Today, I would like to show you, actually, instead of listing all of the projects that we have at physics department, I wanted to give you 2 or 3 real world examples or real world problems that we are trying to solve here as physicists and as engineers. And one of the problems is actually called the Braken-Moore's law. Every one of us has gadgets, has tablets, has phones. And if you open your phone and then if you go into your microprocessor and you count how many small devices called transistors you have there, you should be able to count at least 2 billion transistors, which are hosted on a chip as small as 1 by 1 centimeter. So this is how the semiconductor technology is advanced today. And the Moore's law is actually predicting that the number of transistors per die should double every year. Unfortunately, this law is not being sustained anymore. Roughly in 2006, the industry and the academia cannot keep up with this prediction anymore. And unfortunately, the size of each individual transistor is not decreasing significantly anymore. We have a lot of problems with heat dissipation. We have a lot of problems with the power consumption of our devices. You might notice that the power consumption of the phones is not decreasing from year to year. But there are some other incremental changes to our phones, like new cameras or additional cameras. But in terms of the processing speed, we are in some sort of plateau, and the performance of our devices is increasing only incrementally. At the same time, if you look at the graph here, we can see that the sales and the number of sales of mobile phones, of TVs, of computers, of tablets, and other electronics is increasing from year to year. However, since we cannot decrease the power consumption of these devices anymore, but we are increasingly increasing the number of these devices in the world, there will be a moment at which we won't be able to supply our devices with enough power anymore. So one of the problems of the semiconductor industry is to develop a new type of transistor, which will be, first of all, consume less power, second of all, which will create less heat, and third, that these transistors will be significantly faster than the existing technology. And here at Nazarbayev University, and in particular in physics department, we are developing materials for that kind of technology. So you know that here are basically the headlines from newspapers saying that the Moore's law is dying, that the processor progress is alive, but is alive and well according to others, that we're not prepared for the end of Moore's law, and so on. So this discussion is actually happening right now, and different people are having different view on the situation. But both academia and industry trying to propose novel devices and materials for the next generation electronics. And as you know, our transistors are based on silicon technology. That's why we have the name of Silicon Valley, right? It was named after the material silicon, which is the heart of every device. And the problem with this miniaturization, which I was talking about, that we cannot shrink the size of transistors anymore, is actually the fundamental problem of silicon as a material. So one of the approaches to solve the previously mentioned problem is to replace silicon with some other nanomaterials. Here, I would like to show you two materials that we are synthesizing here at Nazarbayev University and trying to integrate them into transistors. And the first one is the carbon nanotube. It is actually a tube consisting of only carbon atoms, and the diameter of this tube is only 1 nanometer. Just to compare, the diameter of a human hair is around 100 micrometers. So the carbon nanotubes that we are synthesizing here are 100,000 times thinner than the human hair. And we not only can synthesize them, but we also can control the number of the tubes that we would like to have on our sample. We can control precisely the position of those tubes, and we can control the physical properties of these tubes as well. Another example of materials that we are working with is the tungsten disulfide. It's a different class of semiconducting materials, but nevertheless very interesting to work with. Here you can see an image from the transmission electron microscopy showing that the tungsten disulfide, which is sandwiched in between two glass layers, and then if you zoom out inside this WS2 material, this is the higher magnification image here, you can see individual layer of these materials, and each layer is only 3 atoms thick. So this is the kind of the world-class science, and this is kind of research that is going on at Nazarbayev University. And carbon nanotubes and tungsten disulfide are two examples of an ocean of materials that our group or other groups are developing at physics department. So this is the light microscopy image which was obtained from a probe station. You can see the probe station behind me. This is the tool which we use, which is basically a microscope, which we use to measure the fabricated electrodes. On the image here, you can see we have golden electrodes on the surface of silicon, and each electrode is roughly same as the thickness of the human hair. It's around 80 micrometers. And then by using small needles, we can actually electrically connect to each and individual electrode, and then measure the properties of the materials which I described before. So this is how typical R&D transistor looks like if you open a processor and look at the test parts there. Another project that we are doing here is not only the research, but also we are developing new infrastructure at Nazarbayev University. And this is particularly interesting projects. We are building a nanofabrication facility at Nazarbayev University. This is a highly collaborative project with people involved from many departments, including Nazarbayev University core facility, professors from departments of our school and the School of Engineering. And in this future nanofabrication facility, we should open the doors hopefully by the end of the summer. We are bringing to the university world-class equipment for the fabrication of nanoscale electronics, nanoscale optoelectronics, for developing different kinds of sensors for biological, for chemical, and other applications. So the list of tools here, I won't go into details of each of the tool, but in general, these tools are devoted to synthesis and integration of the smallest possible materials in the world into high performance electronics and high performance the last example that I would like to show you here is also a facility. It is called an accelerator facility. We have a quite unique equipment here at Nazarbayev University called Aynura accelerator. It is an intense pulsed ion beam accelerator, which can be used for the irradiation of nanomaterials. This project is done by our group and supervised by Dr. Murat Kaykanov. Here on this slide, you can see that the very big claim that I would like to make is that we can heat materials with 5 billion degrees per second speed. This is actually true. We can heat materials with very high speed. It doesn't mean that we can reach that high temperatures, but we can reach a temperature of around, let's say, 1000 degrees within 200 nanoseconds only. And if you ask, well, why do we need to anneal samples at such a high speed and at such high temperatures? One of the examples could be is the development of transparent conductive films. So if you would like to have an electrode which you want to put, let's say, on a display of your mobile phone, it has to be transparent, but at the same time, it has to be conductive. And in order to fabricate this kind of devices, you need to anneal your materials. Typically, those materials are some metallic nanostructures on the surface of polymers. And if you want to anneal the metallic part, you should not degrade the polymer. So here, when this super fast annealing is actually very helpful. On the bottom 3 pictures below, you can see the recently published paper about this. So here you can see a transparent conductive substrate in front of the Nazarbayev University logo. It is indeed transparent. And then if you use scanning electron microscope, you can see how the silver nanowires are interconnected with each other. And as an example here shown a device which can be used, for example, to heat your substrates by applying a current to the network of nanowires. So this is the 3 examples of the projects that we're doing here. The first one was the nanomaterials for semiconducting electronics. The second example that I gave you today was the nanofabrication facility that we're building in collaboration with other departments. And the third one is the accelerator facility at Nazarbayev University. But as I already mentioned, these are only 3 small examples out of the a very long list of projects that are available for students of all levels, from bachelor to PhD DP. I think that's it in terms of the material science project from my side. So, and if you have any questions about the future projects at Nazarbayev University Physics Department, or maybe my PhD experience at Nazarbayev University or working experience here, I would be very happy to answer those questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Aydar. Dear guests, if you have questions to Aydar regarding research in physics department or regarding research doing PhD, being a PhD student, so please welcome to ask him questions. Yeah, and as for now, Aydar, I know that we launched PhD in physics only last year. What do you think about current students? So they can do research in any field in physics. I know that physics is very wide, so it can be fundamental physics and some kind of very specific. So, so what's going on in physics department? Can you please tell us?
Yeah, I think the topics that the students, the prospective students will be able to do are defined by the expertise of the professor that we have here. And the range of the expertise in the physics departments is really wide. So we have both professors working in completely fundamental fields like astrology, cosmology. We have the professors which are doing simulations, which are doing theoretical work. At the same time, we have professors working in the field of experimental physics. For example, our group is focused on the nanomaterial synthesis. We're also doing some accelerator work. There are other groups working on lasers. There are groups that are developing materials for solar cells. Yeah, the range is really wide. What I would recommend doing is actually going to Nazarbayev University website and then opening each and every professor in the physics department, looking at their recent papers. And from that, you can actually find out what is the recent topics and the recent progress that that the physics department is doing in one field or another. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Aydar. yeah, if you want to know, learn about our professors, please check NU website or our SSH website. So you'll find any information about our professors. So if there is no questions, there are no questions so far. Thank you very much, Aidar, for coming here
Thank you.
and for doing this interesting presentation.
Thank you.
So yeah, I think we have to move on, and please invite our next guest, Aidana Tulesheva, our senior student in Department of Biology. Aidana, hello.
Hello, Mirvet.
Thank you for
Thank you
coming.
for inviting me.
Thank you for coming. Floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Aidana Tulesheva, and I am excited to be here on the Open Virtual House Day. So today I will speak about my experience of studying at Nazarbayev University, and also what it's like to be a student of a research-based university. I'm a fourth-year undergraduate student. I am majoring in biological sciences and also at the School of Sciences and Humanities. So a little bit about me. I founded a startup, which is a green biotechnological startup, after being part of a research team called iGEM, which stands for International Genetic Engineering Machine. And iGEM is actually an international competition that takes place in Boston every year. And it's where about 300 universities gather to talk about synthetic biology, genetic engineering, and Nazarbayev University has been participating since 2013, and I was very honored to be part of the team in 2018 and 2019. And I was also a visiting research intern at the Busan National University. So I had a research experience in South Korea, and also I was very privileged to go to the Asian Universities Alliance Exchange Program in Mumbai, India. And I have successfully co-authored a research paper which got published in the Materials Journal in 2019. So as you can see from my experience at Nazarbayev University, it is very research-based and very international. So I think how Dr. Daniel Pugh pointed out, Nazarbayev University is a university where there are many, many opportunities if you are just willing to work hard and go out and get those opportunities. And just to talk about the startup. So basically in 2019 May, my team and I actually started a startup which is called Hydroplat. And it is a startup about the replacement of platinum group metals with electrocatalytic nanomaterials to decrease the price of hydrogen cars. That seems very technical and scientific, but basically what we wanted to do was to solve the carbon emissions problem that is right now very, very present in many, many countries. So we wanted to introduce new technology so that we will be able to use more hydrogen cars, because hydrogen cars do not produce any carbon emissions, and we wanted to contribute to the clean mobility movement. We participated in a competition called the Climate Launchpad, which is an international competition, but before you're able to go on the international competition, you have to participate in the national competition that is throughout Kazakhstan. And after I think we had a boot camp, and after 3 months of preparation to compete in the competition, we became the Climate Launchpad national winners from Kazakhstan. And we were given an opportunity to fly to Amsterdam and present our startup there. And we were very lucky to actually win an award at this competition. There were almost like 100 from 100 countries. There were about 500 startups, and we received a money prize as well as an opportunity to speak at a startup energy transition tech festival in Germany. So we got introduced to a variety of investors as well, and it was overall a very good opportunity to present our startup. So basically, I just wanted to also show this is our pitching slides that we use. As you can see, it is very, very simple in slides, but it is actually a lot more about the research that we did, and also, as you can see, what we offer to hydrogen car and fuel cell manufacturers, as well as what is our climate impact, and how we actually make those electrocatalytic nanomaterials. And also we did a lot of other very important parts of starting a startup, which is about the market analysis and our customer value proposition. How does our product differ from those that are already in the market, and what are the benefits that we're offering for the market? And also we conducted some customer discoveries and interviews with very, very prominent companies that are actually in the hydrogen fuel and hydrogen car market. So after all of this, it took us about, I would say 7-8 months to conduct this. And also at the same time, we were working in the lab. So I would say that my startup actually is a very technological and scientific startup, but it is possible to have a startup that is not just education based or finance based. So it is possible to have a biotechnological startup and be able to achieve what other very typical startups could achieve. And basically, I would also like to talk about how to start a startup as somebody who started a startup at Nazarbayev University as an undergraduate student. So I would say that the first thing is that Nazarbayev University has the facilities and the people who are there for us to be able to start a startup, and it provides a platform for innovative ideas to enter into the market, not only in Kazakhstan but also for other international countries as well. So first of all, I would like to talk about the Nazarbayev University Research and Innovation Cluster, which is a hub for anything that startups would need. For us, it was about the Research and Innovation Cluster is the hub that brought the Climate Launchpad competition to Kazakhstan. So it actually gave us an opportunity to participate in such an international competition. And also we have facilities like the Digital Creativity Lab, which provides video editing, film editing, and also graphic design. Anything creative that you need for your startup, you can get it at the Digital Creativity Lab. And I think having a membership there also helps a lot of startups. And also there is a incubation that's called the ABC incubation that annually hosts these incubation programs that help startups to actually start and become a sustainable startup, look for investors, find out what the market is like, and they always help with solidifying your idea, helping to find your target audience, and also determining what's your purpose. And another advice I would like to give if you are planning to start a startup is about how team is very important. So making sure that you have the right team members will determine the success of the startup, and also conducting a researching the market and making a list of international and local competitions are very important, specifically for biotechnological companies or any scientific companies or any research projects that you would like to turn into a profitable company. I would say that winning grants from competitions is very crucial. And also Hyderabad actually, we didn't only win Climate Launchpad, there were other local and international competitions that we participated, and most of them were successful. We did earn some more grants as well, but the big one for us was the exposure we got from the Climate Launchpad. And another advice I would give is you just have to start. And that's the whole key to starting a startup. Is you just have to get going, because there's going to be somebody who will start earlier or right now, and they might, I don't want to say this word, but they might steal your idea. So I would just suggest starting a startup right now. And Nazarbayev University is the platform that ideally suits anybody who plans to start a startup. And I would just also like to talk about my experience being an undergraduate student at Nazarbayev University. So basically, at Nazarbayev University, as I said before, I participated at iGEM, which gave me 2 years of research experience. I was able to represent our team in Boston with my other 3 team members, and participating in iGEM in 2018 earned us a gold medal and the Best Environment Project nomination. And in 2019, we got a bronze medal and a Best Energy Project nomination. And it is actually really cool because to participate in such competition, because first of all, we were the only team from Central Asia to participate in such a grand international competition. And second of all, for anybody who is who's planning their professional career in science and research, I think iGEM offers an amazing opportunity for biologists to learn and those teamwork and research skills as well, and also be exposed to the research community at an undergraduate level. And I also had international experience, which I was very fortunate enough to go with the support of Nazarbayev University. And I was able to travel to South Korea and conduct my research at Busan National University, and as well as I got accepted to a international research summer research internship, which unfortunately got postponed due to COVID-19. But I think this shows that Nazarbayev University students are very competent when it comes to research, and especially when it comes to conducting international research. That this is only just my story, but there are other hundreds of students who also get accepted into very well-known international research experiences and have these cultural exchanges as well with other universities. And I would also like to talk about what I did beyond research, because I think it's important to do research at undergraduate level, but it's also equally important to be involved in social activities. So I was able to be part of a Harvard Project for Asian International Relations organizing committee, and we organized an international conference in 2019 at Nazarbayev University with a group of students, and Nazarbayev University being the host university, and Kazakhstan actually being the first country in HPAIR's history to organize such a conference. And we were also invited to attend the Harvard conference at Harvard in Boston. So I would also this also shows that it is possible to be socially active and do other extracurriculars at the same time doing research and also studying as well. So just some advice from a senior undergraduate Nazarbayev University student to prospective students is these that I present here. And so I would say you should never doubt yourself. And at Nazarbayev University, it is really hard work. Hard work determines whether you have those opportunities, whether you go to have those research internships or cultural exchange, go on those cultural exchange programs. But the other thing is you shouldn't sit around and wait for those opportunities. We create those opportunities. So I think the biggest advice I would give for prospective students is that you should go and look and search for those opportunities. And I think the biggest thing that I learned from Nazarbayev University that I'm very, very fortunate about is having a network with professors who also have international experience and who have PhDs from very top universities from US and Europe and Asia, and having that network actually did really help me get those international research internships and get accepted to those internships. So I would suggest actually having that network with professors, because it's very important, not only for taking academic courses, but also for your professional career. And I would also suggest that you read the NU emails, because there are so many opportunities that we get sent every day, and you can actually apply to everything you can. And just simply using a Google Calendar and a app that's called Notion, that has helped me to stay organized throughout all these social activities and research activities. So I would suggest, and these are my advice, if you are planning on coming to NU and being a student of Nazarbayev University. And also, I just wanted to show some pictures and talk about interesting moments as a somebody who did research and got to travel. So thanks to Nazarbayev University and to the research community, I was able to travel to 4 countries and get to experience what research is really like in other universities. And that also comes with actually being very active at Nazarbayev University. So active students receive those opportunities, and never think that there are no other opportunities for you. And also, I'm here to tell you that it is possible to be involved in research and to stay socially active and to succeed in courses academically as well. So never think that you should sacrifice one thing for the other. So that's me, Aidana Tuleshova. I hope I was helpful for you in some ways. If you need any questions or advice on how to get accepted to research internships, how to start a startup, or how to be a Nazarbayev University student, I'm always here to help you out. And if you have any questions, I guess I will be able to answer those.
Thank you very much, Aidana. It was very motivational presentation. I hope our guests are very interested in opportunities given at NU. Here we have a question from Mirwert Mirhan Khaze. She's asking about topic is actual in biology department. I guess it's about research. Aidana, do you do research in your 4th year? Can you please a little bit share about
right now, So right now, actually, I was planning on doing research, but due to COVID, there were some challenges and obstacles, and especially considering that I am doing my startup, I also had challenges continuing and keeping up with my startup. So right now, I'm not conducting any research because I'm focusing also on my master's applications. And but totally, there are students who are still doing research. It all depends on the professors who are carrying out research right now as well. Yeah, I'm not a part of research right now because I'm focusing on my startup and master's applications.
Okay. Sorry? Do you have a question? Okay. Here we have a question. So people are asking if you are allowed to choose a research area by yourself or you are posted to a particular lab. Can you please share your experience if you have such experience? If not, yeah, we can just keep it on later.
I think I would answer it in 2 ways. First is if you are able to actually choose your research area by yourself, depending on the professor you choose to work with. So it actually comes down to who is the professor that you want to work with and what type of research they're conducting. And when you are choosing the research area that you want to conduct, you also find if there are professors who are conducting research in this particular area. And after choosing, for example, the area, you go on the you do, I think it's research Nuyedu KZ, and you go there to find out which professors are conducting research in these areas. And after that, you can also speak with the professors and be able to determine what exactly is your research is going to be about. But there are some, the second way is there are some instances when for example, you will not have exactly a choice, but you will be given a research topic, and you either choose, you can choose to partake or not to participate in that research project, but it all depends on whether you are choosing the professor or, for example, you're joining a research project. Because if you're joining a research project, like I did with iGEM, then the research topic is given.
Okay. Okay. So after the graduation, where do you practice? Yeah, I suppose the question was like this. Do you have some plans on your future career? Aidana.
Right now, I'm not sure, but I would like to also apply to Nazarbayev University's master's program at the School of Medicine for the molecular medicine, and also apply to abroad universities and gain some more international experience. But the end goal for me would be I would want to come back to Nazarbayev University.
Okay, thank you, Aidana. Thank you, Aidana, for this very motivational and interesting presentation. And we're very proud to have students such you who not only participate and win in international competitions and win prizes. So thank you very much for coming. Let's give the button to our administrative staff, Maya and Asem, where you can hear about our graduate programs and you can get more detailed information on your questions. Thank you, Aidana.
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck.
Dear guests, I guess you can hear me, yeah?
So I think
can you see the presentation?
Maya, are you here?
Yeah,
Yes, we can see
Maya?
you.
Hi,
yes,
Maya.
Hi.
Yes. Go on.
Okay, you can start. Yeah, dear guests, thank you for joining the SSH Open House Day. My name is Maya. I'm working at the Academic and Student Affairs Office of the School of Sciences and Humanities. In the next few minutes, I'm going to provide you information with the information on the strategic plan, partner, programs offered at master and PhD program, or programs offered at our school and its benefits, admissions criteria and required documents, program structure, university facilities and labs, funding, and important notes on admissions procedure and our contact information. It's like our strategic partner is the University of Wisconsin-Madison. In summer 2019, 14 undergraduate students have successfully completed their summer classes in the frame of academic mobility, and 12 science students visited Buffalo University, also in the frame of academic mobility program. As of today, SSH, School of Sciences and Humanities, offered 7 master programs, applied math, physics, chemistry, biology sciences, economics, Eurasian studies, political science, and international relations. But what the benefits has the program? If you will be accepted in our program, master program, you will monthly receive state stipend. It's about that 125,000 tenge. Our national currency will be provided on campus. Funds also will be available for you if you're willing to do some research internships or field trips abroad, or in Kazakhstan, or some in Russia and some other countries. And also, as Aidana mentioned, that our graduates are highly successful in doing in continuing the education for master or for PhD programs abroad. We have also a new program that is like offered by CPS, Center for Preparatory Studies. There is some other school, but the purpose of NUZ program is to improve your English language skills and research skills. To be eligible for NUZ program, your IELTS score should be minimum 5.5. And for MA in political science and international relations and MA in Eurasian studies, IELTS score should be not less than 2.0. For PhD programs, actually, our school is offered 4 PhD programs, PhD in Eurasian Studies, PhD in Math, PhD in Life Sciences, and PhD in Physics. What kind of benefits you have in order to be accepted in our program? You definitely will receive monthly state stipend is 150,000 tenge, our local currency, will be provided on campus housing, and funds also will be available if you're planning to do your research activities or do a field work trip abroad or in Kazakhstan or some other countries. Will be dissertation research supervised by NU or non-NU experts, and will be provided actually in additional to state stipend. You'll be provided PhD in Eurasian Studies. Students will be provided a grant which is offered by Humboldt University. It's a monthly stipend is 450 euro, and an additional research fund. And I heard some question about the GA programs, this like graduate assistantships programs. We have this kind of program for PhD, and usually you have to, actually you have to complete to do 2 GTA or research activities to be eligible for graduate assistantships program. You need to have a good academic standing. You should have active staff, be registered for the classes, not withdrawn, do not have leave of absence, or do not have leave of absence, do not have any like misconduct issues, and not be dismissed, of course, and should be completed, the students should be completed the required training program, and do not have additional part-time or full-time work. That monthly stipend is offered by the government, and it's about 230,000 tenge. For admissions criteria for MA programs, IELTS scores, minimum IELTS scores should be not less than 7.0. For each section should be 6.0. For economics, minimum 6.5. And also, as I mentioned before, that applicants, if they have the lower score in IELTS, they may be accepted to NUZ program. And minimum overall GPA from the previous background should be 2.75 out of 4. The documents required, I guess that most of you already know that you need to do that electronic admissions online form to fill out, provided the CV or resume, should be provided the personal statement, 3 letters of recommendation, going to be confidential, and degree diploma, bachelor degree diploma should be notarized, passport or identity card, scan version, and GRE, it's not required but recommended, and IELTS score should be valid, actually valid up to 2 years, and 1 essay in response to the essay questions. This related only for the program MA in political science and international relations. For requirements for master programs, science master's programs, basically like the same, but minimum overall GPA from the previous background should be 7.75 out of 4. IELTS score should be 6.5 for each section, 6.0. And for if you have less scores, there is like a minimum required scores should be 5.5, and you will be admitted to New Z program. Like here, instead of that, you need to have not 2 letters of recommendation, the same personal statement, admissions online application to be filled by an applicant, CV, resume, diploma, and bachelor diploma or some other diploma should be notarized, and passport or identity card. GRE, it's not required but recommended, and IELTS scores. That IELTS scores, IELTS certificate is valid up to 2 years. Let's talk about the PhD in Eurasian studies. Here we have that this is a different program, different requirements. For IELTS, there is no requirements for overall GPA from the previous background. IELTS score should be minimum 7.0 overall, and for each section should be 6.0. Like admissions online application, passport or identity card, degree, diploma, bachelor, master degree should be notarized with definitely with transcript. IELTS scores, IELTS certificates, the same, like valid up to 2 years. GRE is not required but recommended. CV, 3 letters of recommendation. And here for bachelor, for PhD program, it's required a research proposal, outline that research topics that you would like to do in future, and writing the sample academic papers, essay, or some published article if you have, and personal statement. For PhD in life sciences, physics, and maths, there is like, here we have the GPA overall requirements, 3.0 out of 4, and IELTS should be not less than 6.5. For each section should be 6.0. And like you need to fill out application form, provide scan version of your passport, degree, diploma, bachelor or master degree notarized, IELTS certificate, it's not required but recommended CV, and 2 letters of recommendation, statement of purpose. Let me talk about the program structure. For master program, actually we have that core courses that the classes are required for your degree electives. That's usually offered by our school or some other school. You can take a specific number of the credits and research classes that help you to do your research thesis. Overall, in order to be eligible to graduate, you need to complete 120 ECTC credits. We have that special requirements to be eligible to graduate. Your overall GPA should be not less than 2.67, and this for science program, and for humanities program GPA should be 3.0. Do not have a grades like IP or in progress, that's not completed grades in your transcript. And as I mentioned before, that minimum credits requirements should be 120. For PhD and program, PhD programs. There is like a program structure, the same, like we have discipline core courses, we have department core courses offered by the same department where you're studying. If you're studying the life science, if you're doing the PhD in life sciences, courses offered by biology department. Graduate electives could be offered by our school or by the other departments, by the other school, and research courses that helps you to proceed your research thesis. In order to be eligible to graduate, you have to complete 240 SATs credits, and the same like GPA, overall GPA should be not less than 2.77 for PhD in life sciences and math, and 3.0 for PhD in Eurasian studies. And as I mentioned before, we have a graduate assistantships program. You need that to be eligible to graduate, you need to do you need to work as a teaching assistant or as a research assistant 2 times during the first 2 years of your study. These are facilities. Like we have a gym, we have a dormitory, and actually about the 79% of our students, they live in the on campus. But due to current situation with COVID, I hope that next fall you will be eligible to go on campus, to stay on campus, and will be provided that two-room spaces, dormitory, or should be 4-room spaces, or will be a separate room with your family. Cost depends on which kind of room you're preferring. Regarding the labs, we have actually announced as of today, we have 44 labs, and 13 labs is for chemistry students, 8 labs is for physics students, and 22 labs for biology students, and only 1 lab for students majoring in anthropology and sociology. For funding, I guess, yeah, most of you already heard that which funding we have at NU and especially in our school. We have state grant, this Nazarbayev University educational grant, provided for local candidates and covered the tuition fee and monthly stipend. Is not offered if, for example, the students already received the state grant provided by Kazakhstani government, and he's not be, or she is not be eligible to get a state grant for a second time. We have for international students, for international candidates, we have a Baikonur Bayev grant, and actually like the same amount of money covers the tuition fee 100% and basic medical insurance and monthly stipend. Braille Altensiren, yeah, this actually for local candidates and covers only tuition fee. And yeah, in addition, actually in our school, we do not have the fee paying students of master and PhD students. All our master and PhD students, they're covered by Nazarbayev University state grant or a Baikonur Bayev grant. This like important notes for you on admission procedure. I guess you should remember that deadline is April 13th, and all submitted documents should be in English with notarized English translation. Providing false or incomplete information may result in exclusion from the admissions or enrollment process. Your applications will be reviewed by the school admissions committee, and submission of complete application package does not guarantee admission to the program. Registration fee is not refundable. These like important things that you should remember all this. This like our last slide. This our contact information. If you want to find some additional information, you're welcome to visit our school website, ssh.nu.edu.kz. Actually, we are on the Facebook, School of Sciences and Humanities at Nazarbayev University, in Instagram, yeah. And there is our email. We're always available here. You can make a photocopy or whatever. And be in touch with us if you have some additional questions, or now you are on the step of preparing or applying to our master or PhD programs. Please welcome to write us, welcome to ask your questions, and be in touch with us.
Thank you, Maya.
I'm done, yeah.
Presentation. I think we have some questions in our chat. So probably you covered many of these questions. There was a question regarding scholarships for international candidates. I think Maya covered this question. If you are satisfied with this answer, please write us. We can get back to your question. Here is a question from Almina Musabekova. She's asking, what if professor in my university does not speak in English on high level? Can a recommendation letter be translated?
Yeah, there is, according to the admissions requirements, a recommendation letter could be translated, but there is no need to. Asim, can you reply for my program? Yeah, you know better about the procedure.
Yes, thank you for this question. We need to check it out with the admissions department, but I suppose that since all documents should be in English or notarized in English, so I think that you can provide this recommendation, but it should be whether notarized or be translated in English. Also, I would recommend you to find maybe another referee who are more competent in English, maybe, if it's possible. But if it's not, let us try with this option, but we need to check it with the admissions department, because, you know, the admissions committee members, they are all English-speaking professors, and they will not will not be able to understand the recommendation letter, the subject of this recommendation. So I think this should be notarized or should be translated into English.
Okay, thank you, Asem. Some of the questions are already answered. Please correct me if they are answered, because we're getting more and more questions. Is there an opportunity for me to do direct PhD after I'm admitted into my master's program?
Yes, and Asil has already answered this question, which is correct, that if you have studied on a state grant basis, like you're applying for master's degree program and you have already graduated in master's degree, then you will not have an opportunity to receive another state grant because of the law of Kazakhstan. So there is only one opportunity, one degree, one state grant. So I think that this was covered.
Okay. The next question about regarding IELTS certificate. If my bachelor's degree was taught in English.
Yes, this also question is very important, since we have 3 conditions when the applicants can be exempted from submitting English language certificates. First one, if you are a new graduate. The second one, if you received your degree in an English-speaking country when the English is an official language. And the third one, if your degree was earned and was taught in English. But in this case, you need to provide an official evidence and confirmation from your university. This kind of documents can be provided by the Office of the Registrar. So you need to submit this document and the admissions committee will see that you have already exempted from the IELTS and TOEFL certificates. So I think, yes, if you have already received a degree in English, then you need to provide confirmation about it.
People are asking if we can send this presentation. I would like to inform you that this today's session video will be uploaded on our YouTube channel of the School of Sciences and Humanities. So you can find it through YouTube if you'd like to rewatch this video or share with your friends. So it will be available online. Other questions are about
Eduard, I see now questions that
yes,
from the
can you
students,
please read it? Yeah, thank you.
I graduated bachelor degree to foreign language in Eurasian National University. I want to get master degree in international relations. What are chances? You always have the chance. What should I write in my motivation letter? And actually, if you're applying for international relations, political science and international relations program, and that every applicant has a chance. Regarding the motivation letter, you should write the purpose of study of getting degree. Once you get the once you get a master or PhD degree, what are you going to do? What's your future research appearance, and which one, like in which one area are you planning to do your research activities, and how you will be advantage to you in order to get this master degree. That's all. I guess we have Asim can share on the chat. There is like a link. Maybe you'll have some training sessions, and maybe Yusuf will find the useful information for you. Yeah, and how to write the motivation letter. Yeah, how to write research. Proposal for PhD students who are applying, they need to provide that research proposal. Yeah.
Yes, so there is also a writing center program at our school, and you can visit their website and also the YouTube channel. They share some tips and advices on how to write strong motivation letters and statements of purpose. Also, I can see that there is a question regarding the maximum amount of programs one can apply at NU for graduate studies. Thank you, Amina, for this very important question. So the regulations has been changed, and so now an applicant can apply only to 2 programs. And this was like a new update amendment that was approved this year. So please choose at least 2 programs that you are willing to apply to. And also you will need to send us an like your decision whether you would like to accept or reject an offer letter if you are, of course, have been admitted. Also, ASEL is helping us with covering most of the questions in written way. 1 hostel room is for 1 PhD student or more. Well, I suppose that the housing yes, like for one student, or it depends on the type of the accommodation that you choose to live in. Like there are rooms when the like 1 or 2 students live, and there is also some accommodation options for family members.
Yeah, let me add the information, Asim. If, for example, the students, we have actually the bachelor students who are living in the 4 rooms, like 4 students in 1 room. The cost is about 20,000 tenge. If you're planning to live in the room that where the 2 persons are there, you'll pay about 30,000 tenge. And if you are usually for PhD students, you provided a separate room for family, for students itself. Like monthly, you need to pay 87,000 tenge, to be accommodated, your family, like your wife or your husband and your children in 1 room, in 1 separate room.
I have also, I see the question from Bello Ibrahim. He's asking about, just lost it. Is there a GA opportunities for Master of Science student? And also GRE is recommended but not required for admission. Please, I would like to know if GRE score plays a significant role in admission decisions. GRE can be like a valuable asset to your application package, but it's not recommended, but it's not required, as you have mentioned. So you can include this document in your application package. So I think that it will be helpful. And as for graduate assistantship opportunities, I'm not sure that Master of Science students or do they have this kind of option? Maya, could you please correct me?
Yeah, that's correct. Botek has asked the question about the vaccination be required for living at the dormitory. Yes, as of today, we have a couple, some students who are living at the dormitory, graduate and PhD students, and they're required to take a vaccination like at once, for 2 weeks, every 2 weeks.
So I also see that the first questions are, my country uses 5. Okay, I see that the GPA scale is different. That is okay, because you can use the online websites like Scholars, if I'm not mistaken, and you can just recalculate your current GPA to the required one, or you can just send your transcript, and the admissions department managers, they will do it themselves. And also, my country's official language is English. Do I need to submit IELTS for grad school? If as I have already mentioned, if the official language of your country is English, then there is no need to apply to submit IELTS test certificate. Also,
Asim, let me continue. There is some question from Ibrahim, and he very active applicant regarding the graduate assistantships. For master students, actually is not offered. This program is available only for PhD students, and as I mentioned before, that every PhD student has to complete this GA program at least twice during the first 2 years of their studies. But there is no available GA program for master students. For GRE, you already answered, for
Thank you, Maya, and sorry for interrupting you. I just tried to cover the questions that just came from the applicant. And also Jalilkhanov Bukikhan is asking, excuse me, where can the information about second degree get? Okay, what is the second degree? Do you mean like a master's degree program? Bachelor?
Yeah, are you talking about the double major, yeah? Double major or minor? Yeah, actually for only for bachelor program, for undergraduate program, it's available, yeah, double major and minor. There is like a specific requirements, yeah. Being like if you're willing to do a double major, you have to start at the beginning of your study and take the like a specific number of the classes. It's about 30 credits in addition to your degree. In order to get bachelor degree, you need to complete 240 credits, ACTS credits, and plus or like 30 credits hours for double major. If you're willing to do your minor degree, it's like easy. You can declare your minor degree being on the third or fourth year of your study and taking all these classes as electives. Actually, it's very hard to do a double major. If you're thinking right now about that, you should start while you be accepted to the first year of your study. Because during the first year, you should start to take the classes because they are offered at the same time. For example, if you're doing that, your major in biology, but during that double major in chemistry, the same classes, the core requirements, they are offered at the same time, like a spring semester or fall semester, and you can do the same way. I guess like, yeah, you'll get, yeah, Bukikhan. Is it clear for you? If you need more additional information, you can visit our site or write me. I can ask the specific requirements for your particular program that you are willing to do.
So
Maya, I think we have a question from Ayjan Baitanova. Can you please check?
I have also already answered it. She's asking, hello, what if I have a full-time job, but I'm ready to leave it by the time when courses will begin in August? Can I still apply if I have a job by the time of application? And the answer is sure. You can. All the applicants are welcome to apply for to the programs, and once you receive an offer letter, then you will need to think about the changes in your like maybe you will need to leave your work, your job, because the studies, they will take a lot of time, and so you will need to have a concentration for focus on studies.
Thank you, Asim. There is some other questions. I guess this last one from the future, like a future student, I guess, a bit way. Yeah, Kazakhstan is so nice to international students. Of course, we are nice. We're always nice, and we offered a Bicon and Bio scholarship for international students. Yeah, and also, there is a covers a tuition fee, medical insurance, and monthly stipend where you can get it. And of course, we're nice. We offered a lot of opportunities for international students and local students as well.
Yes, you are welcome to apply these programs, and we hope that you will be successfully admitted to the SSH. So another question from Ibrahim. What do you consider as major factors for acceptance into Master of Science program? Well, First of all, you will need to have a complete application package and meet entry requirements. And Maya has already shared with us information about the admission requirements, GPA, IELTS, motivation letter, two confidential recommendation letters. And if you prepare the full package, this will be the first step. And after the review of the admissions committee, they will evaluate your package and then will decide whether to invite you to the interview, or not. But if your application is strong enough, then you will have an opportunity to do that. In that, you will need to prove the admissions committee members that you are a strong candidate. So yes, especially for international students, you know that the admissions is merit-based, and there is no difference in citizenship or like gender or race. You just need to prove that you are good enough. So yes, please prepare to collect all the documents and submit them before the deadline. The deadline is April 30.
I guess we're done. Thank you, Asim. I guess we're done, Miruet. Yeah, we can start the.
Yes, and now we would like to.
Thank you, Maya and Sam. Thank you very much for this very informative presentation. Here, our colleagues, Maya and Sam, prepared a quiz game for you. If you would like to play, please stay and connect to Kahoot. I think Sam can explain more in details how to join this game. So, and
yes.
at the end, we will have winners who will win branded products of Nazarbayev University. Okay, thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Miruet. Yes, you are totally correct. Thank you for all the participants that stayed for so long with us, and for your patience, for your interest in applying to our programs. And for you, we would like to give you an opportunity to play a game. We prepared it on Kahoot, and this is like an check up for you on how well you know the admission requirements and whether you are a good listener, because Maya has already shared all the information. So right now I just send you a link, which is kahoot.it. To play this game, you will need to have 2 active screens. So I suppose that most of you are using a laptop right now, but you will need to have an additional device, for example, smartphone or iPad if you have any, because in the main screen, I will show you the questions. And in the second device, you will need to find a correct answer. So I'll start to screen sharing it so we will understand it. I will also read all the questions aloud. And the game pin is, also try to, the game pin is 944 9121. Can you see it? Please use an additional device and type. Okay, I see that people are coming. Aman, Kazizov, Amina, Armenia. Okay, great. So I suppose that most of you are familiar with this game. Great, because yes, you will need to, after you enter this game pin, you will be asked to specify your name or nickname, and then we will wait for all the participants to join us. Okay, let's wait for 1-2 minutes. please let me know if you face some difficulties or like challenges. Seven participants, and I see that like how many participants do we have right now? 25, and also there are a lot of admin staff. Also, I see that there is a faculty member, Professor Julio de Villa.
Yeah.
Great.
Guys, please join. Yeah,
Yes, because
the
there will be
classes.
an opportunity to receive like a presents, you know, the winner takes it all. Let's wait maybe for 10 participants and we will start the game. Or Maya, how? What do you think? How much time do we need to wait? How long?
Because we have 25 participants and maybe half of them will join us. Yeah, where is our active students who are asking the questions? Please come, please join.
Ibrahim, right. No, Ibrahim is already here. I see Bello and Diane, Aman Katizov, Bito, Alminia, and Almina. Okay, if you, and also Yerpo. New participants, great. Yes, he's saying I'm already in, I suppose, yes. And the last one, I think that 10 will be enough because this should be a competitive game. Okay, great. Me. Great. I think we can start. Okay, everybody is ready. Start. So I will once again. There will be 20 questions. You will be given 1 minute per each question. I will read them aloud and you will see it on this screen. But to answer the question, you will need to use additional device and you will see like different figures with different colors. Please choose the correct one. And so let's the game start, right? The first one. First question is, what is the deadline for online registration? So there are 4 options: April 31, May 1st, March 15, April 30. Oh, I see. There are already 8 answers. We'll wait for, great. So yes, I see that most of you have answered correctly. Amina, congratulate you, you are the first one. The next one is true or false. All submitted documents shall be in English or with notarized English translation. Is that correct? True or false? Great, that is correct. I mean, continues to be the first one. The third, please choose the PhD program that our school does not offer. PhD in Life Sciences, PhD in Mathematics, PhD in Chemistry, PhD in Eurasian Studies. This is a tricky question. Well, we see that some of our applicants that they have chosen the wrong answer, but it is okay. So PhD in chemistry, the SSH does not offer this program, but we are planning to do it in future. So we have PhD in life sciences, PhD in mathematics, PhD in physics, and PhD in Eurasian studies. Oh, someone named me. Okay, intriguing. What is the minimum IELTS test score for master PhD programs, Master of Science programs? So you can see that the scores, they are like 6.0 with subscores no less than 5.5, 6.5 with subscores no less than 6.0, 5.5, and 7.0 with subscores no less than 6.5. Okay. So I see that only 2 people answered correctly. And most of the people, they answered 7.0. And I understand why you have chosen this one, because 7.0 is the minimum IELTS test score for Master of Arts and PhD in Eurasian Studies program, but not for the Master of Science. Master of Science, they have an PhD like life sciences, mathematics, and physics. They have less requirements, lower requirement for the IELTS test score. So you can see that the correct answer is 6.5 with subscores no less than 6.0. Okay, let's see who is the first one. Amina. Great. How many reference letters are required for Master of Arts programs and PhD in Eurasian Studies? 3 confidential recommendation letters, 2 confidential recommendation letters, 4 confidential recommendation letters, or 1 confidential recommendation letter from the supervisor. I see that most of the participants, they are answering very like quick, which is great. But we are waiting for the last answer. Okay, 20 seconds left. This is also the trick question because of the Master of Arts programs.
I guess this person is looking for information from the website.
Please do not cheat. Okay, most of you answered correctly, right? 3 confidential recommendation letters, great. Who's the first one? Asil. Congratulations. Aman Kazisov also among the first participant, or like yes, participants. What is the minimum GPA requirement for PhD programs? And I mean like mathematics, life sciences, and physics. You can see the answers here. Okay. We have a new participant to join us. So yes, you can see the answers. I think that there is no need to like read them aloud. Okay, I think this was also like a tough one.
Yeah, very tough, complicated.
Yes, and this is only beginning. Like warming now. I see that there is like question. Oh, Okay, great to see that most of you have answered also correct. 3.0 out of 4.0. This is the correct answer. This is the minimum GPA requirement for PhD programs. So thank you. Aseli, Bello, and Amina. True or false? New graduates are exempted from submitting IELTS TOEFL certificate. Is that true or is that false?
There was a question about this.
There was a question about it. I think there were like several participants that are our graduates, right? And Nargis left us our session. Oh, sorry. Okay, guys.
Last one.
And time's up. Well, this was like, yes, very complicated question, I see. And new graduates, they are exempted from submitting IELTS TOEFL certificate because, as I have already mentioned, there are 3 conditions when applicants can just leave this requirement, like because new graduates and applicants who receive their diplomas in English-speaking countries and English-speaking English program, these applicants can be exempted from IELTS TOEFL certificate. Oh my God, it's really hard, sorry, but we are continuing. So, who's the first one? Asel. Great, Asel. Good for you. The next one. This year, the admissions department accepts the Duolingo English test as the language test. Is that correct? Oh, I see that I've answered this question directly, like in private message for one of our applicants. Yes. So yeah, this is false, and most of the participants answered correctly. Great. Because the last year, the admissions department, because of the COVID, the pandemic, they decided to accept Duolingo English test as the language test as an alternative to IELTS and TOEFL. But this year, it wasn't approved officially, but it may be changed, but I'm not sure when and will it be officially. But right now, this is not accepted. Okay, great. Still. What is the minimum IELTS test score for MA in economics? This is a tricky question because I'm not sure. Well, we have we had Professor Julio de Villa among our participants, and he knows this question. Okay, great. Yes, 6.5. I'm glad to see that most of you, the majority of you, answered correctly, because you know that MA in political science and international relations and MA in Eurasian studies, they have a minimum IELTS test score of 7.0, and only MA in economics, they have a like low requirement. And so, yes, great. Amina, I congratulate you. What are the entry IELTS requirements for NUSIP? NUSIP is the 0 year of master's program. And yes, I know this is a tough one. I'm sorry. But like, this is also very important to know, because some of you, yes, they may consider this option. NUZIP is for students who, for applicants who have a very good academic background, but have not enough English language proficiency. Okay, so I see that, yes, this was the tough one, and the correct answer is 6.0 for MA program and 5.5 for Master of Science program. And 2 people, they answered correctly. Thank you. Asil. Which PhD program has high requirements for writing skills? And we had the applicants who were interested in PhD, in that PhD program. PhD in physics, PhD in Eurasian studies, PhD in mathematics, PhD in life sciences. I think you may just guess it, but because like you see that the field of the PhD program just.
Yeah, it's humanities.
Like, yes.
Yeah, you can ask some questions. We can guide you.
Yes, because I know this is like very hard questions. I'm sorry. And as 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know, yes, that's why I just recommended you to use 2 devices, 2 screens, because you will need to be able to just switch between the 2 screens. Yes, great, PhD in Eurasian Studies. And yes, Asil. True or false? 2.75 out of 4.0 is the minimum GPA requirement for master's programs. Is that correct? True or false? Like, this is, I think this is not the easiest, but it's okay. It's average.
It's not easy.
Because it's the easiest, I would say. Okay, thank you. I'm glad. Because the requirement is the same for all master's programs. And I think that there are like several participants that are willing to apply for master's program. And yes, but we have 1 participant who answered incorrect. So yes, this is the minimum GPA requirement. Please keep it in mind. And true or false? It is possible to choose the specialty for the master's program, which is different from the undergraduate degree. Yes, and this one is also not the easiest, but you can guess, because there were like questions today from the participants. Great. And this is the correct one, and the correct answer. For which program an essay in response to the essay questions should be provided in the application form? Yes, this one is not the hardest, but Master of Science in Biological Sciences and Technologies, Master of Arts in Economics, Master of Arts in Eurasian Studies, or Master of Arts in Political Science and International Relations. I'm not sure, or I'm not sure whether we have like participants that would like to apply for this precise program today in this session. But it's a very popular program, and okay, great. 2 people answered correctly. It's a MA in political science and international relations, because this program also requires, besides the personal statement, you should also to provide an essay in response to the 3 essay questions. So the admissions committee, they will see whether you like have a knowledge in international relations or analytical skills. So 5 questions left. Please choose condition when the applicant cannot be exempted from IELTS TOEFL requirement. If you are a new graduate, if the degree was earned in a program which was officially taught in English, if the previous degree was earned in an English-speaking country, and the last one, if the previous degree was earned in philology. Like, yes. Okay, yes, 3 people answered correctly, because if you have a degree in philology, in language, like in foreign languages, but you, for example, get this degree in, let's say, in Eurasian National University, or I don't know, like the program that was partially taught in English, then you are not exempted to from IELTS TOEFL requirement, and you will need to also provide this certificate. Oh, so we have the new like the leader. Who is the ABAIC non-BIAF scholarship for? Socially vulnerable students, international students, and students from rural areas, top ranked students. Okay, great. Yes, this one is for international students, and Maya, in her presentation, also shared information about other funding options, but a BIAC non-BIAF scholarship is for international students. It covers monthly stipend, tuition fee, and basic medical insurance. 3 left. Applicants can get their registration fee refunded. Oh, yes. So is that correct? Because I think this will be applicable for local applicants. Yes, that is false, because the registration fee is non-refundable. And the next question will be also about this issue. What is the cost of registration fee for local candidates? 5,000 tenge, 50,000 tenge, 10,000 tenge, or 2,000 tenge?
You should know that.
But for international candidates, it will be like, what? Let me just guess, right? Tenge is our national currency, and well, the amount is not very high, and it's like medium. What they're asking? Yes, 5,000 tenge. This is registration fee, and this is not refundable. And we have Amina. True or false? All international candidates are released from payment of registration fee. So international participants, this is your time to just, yes, just to prove your readiness to answer this question. True or false? 6 answers. And someone, they just sending their some comments to chat box. This is true because international candidates, they are released from payment of registration fee, and only local candidates, they pay this fee. Okay. And the last one is, thank you for just staying here. Sorry for these hard questions. When will the results be announced? May, September, late June, early July, or August? And yes, this is the question. Okay. Yes, great. Most of you just answered correctly. Late June, early July. This is like approximate time, but we hope that we will be able to announce the results by this like period of time. So, and now we will see the third place is Ebitoye. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I pronounced correctly. And Bello is the second one, and Amina is the first one. Congratulations. And Asil is the fourth, and I see that Arman is the fourth one. So Amina, Bello, and Ibitoye, congratulations, and thank you for participating in today's Kahoot game. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'm sorry that if it was too hard for you, but we can see that you are the most active participants today, and you are like most like a very good listeners, and so I hope that this will help you to prepare your application package and to be admitted in our programs. So could you please so should I like
yeah, can you please leave here your email addresses?
Yes.
And maybe if you're a client, yeah, I think we can find a way to pass these presents to you.
Yeah. Yes. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. So I think that, yes, Mirver.
Thank you very much, Sam and Maya, for this very useful and informative presentation and very interesting game. And thank you, guests, for staying with us until the end. I hope it was very helpful and useful for you. And we wish you good luck. So we hope to see you at the School of Sciences and Humanities. Thank you very much and goodbye. I hope Bello and Ibitoya will leave their addresses here. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Thank you, Mirver, for this meeting.
We will contact you regarding the gifts and prizes.
Yes. So, and you will have an opportunity to just watch this recording. It will be posted on the YouTube channel, right? What about the fourth place? I'm sorry, like only 3 people. I was active. I'm sorry. How to? So I see that people are leaving it, right? Asil, right? iPhone. Oh, yes, Asil was among the first ones in the beginning, but something happened. I see.
Bello and Ibitoya, are you from Nigeria? I suppose you're from Nigeria. So the first way you can receive your prizes when you get admitted to Nazarbayev University, we will give your presents. Otherwise, we have many Nigerian students at Nazarbayev University. I hope we can pass your gifts through them. So we will contact you on your email addresses, and we will be waiting for you at Nazarbayev University. So hope you'll get admitted and get your prizes directly from us.
Mm-hmm. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you very much, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.